Okay, hi everybody, it is me, Bonkai922. A lot of chapters came out Monday. Well, give or take a few. We got Fairy Tale. Kenichi came out. I gotta review Kenichi. I'll probably do that later today. For now. Also, Taizai came out. But for now, I'm gonna review Fairy Tale. Uh, don't get me wrong, I really like this chapter. I really do like this chapter. It's just, and the same, well, not the same thing happened with Kenichi. I mean, it didn't look that way. But in this chapter, pretty much we have, it's called Steel 397. Now, we basically have Levi with Gajeel, and he's telling Levi to do it again. Give him air. Give air to everybody else that's in the water. And, he says, stop looking like there's a booger on my face, do it. And she creates air for everybody else. And then, he thanks her for that, and he's like, and then Gajeel goes to work on Dravosa. That's his name, Dravosa. And he's fighting him, and he's hitting him a couple of times, and it seems like he's winning. But then, he lets out Dravosa that, of the 9 demons of the demon gates, he has the most of defensive. And he basically reveals that his skin is like steel, essentially. And that's when he starts choking tightly to Gajeel and starts kicking his ass. And it looks like, I mean, it's kind of weird because, it never occurred to me that iron and steel, I thought those two were, the same thing. But apparently, it's not. And he's letting him know, Gajeel, that, you can't go against it anymore. They're all going to die. And it's just it for you. And then after that, we get a flashback of Gajeel and one of the council members, which was very strange. And the council member's name was, Master Burno. And this person, apparently, this was actually kind of interesting, though weird, was somebody that knew Gajeel, or talked to Gajeel, around the time of Phantom Lord. And, she asks him, basically, saying to him, you should withdraw from Phantom Lord. And he's saying, what are you, shut up, you geezer and shit. Wrinkled up hag. And she's basically saying that to him in this flashback, I've seen countless brash youngsters just like you come and go. At the end of the day, you're all the same, just looking forward to some void. I'm not going to stand here and lecture you about how to live a just life, but I will stand here and tell you to live one that has meaning. And, Gajeel will say, it has meaning. I'm going to start a war with it and whoop Fairy Tale ass. And then go from that to kind of present time, well, more to when she got killed by Tartaros. And they see her body, and it's we were late, most likely assassinated him if it was just a little bit faster. And saying, live with meaning. During the end, I never had a chance to speak openly with you, honestly, with you. And even though you looked after me ever since I was young. And that's basically, and we see Gajeel crying. And he's saying he was never able to repay her kindness. This was actually kind of interesting in a way, because we never really got this side of Gajeel in Fairy Tale. Among characters, he's one of the characters where, we got this with Loxus, with Makarov and everything. But we never got this with Gajeel. Like, he was always that tough as nails guy. And here we got him crying. And saying, we basically have him saying, he's going to beat the crap out of his enemy. I'm going to focus on those words you once taught me. And she basically says, you do remind me of my dead son. So it was kind of a interesting flashback there. And then from there, Gajeel snaps out of it. And he basically saying, I'm no longer the once piece of iron junk you once knew. And saying that there are people before me I want to protect, that I will protect. And that's when, and they're saying that's my meaning of my meaning to live. And then we basically see his hand and apparently iron carbon. He turned his hand into iron carbon, and which is steel, which is kind of weird to me. I didn't during this chapter. I guess steel and iron are completely two different kinds of metals. Go figure. But he brings this out. Now, the only problem with this chapter is the fact that Gajeel was able to do this after the flashback. It's fairy tale. I'm not going to say it's fairy tale bullshit because it really wasn't. It really was just him reflecting on this council member, and that allowed him to, But I will be fair for this chapter and say 4 out of 5. Now, basically saying he absorbed the traces amount of carbon within the Tenchi Kame, which is the water around them, and he's become steel, essentially. So he basically uses it to create a steel dragon sword. And he cuts up Mr. Fishy Man, and it basically says the melody of his life right now, along with his resolve to protect his comrades, is a requiem for the devils. Don't forget my song, Salamander, he says. And in his next chapter, 398, final one-on-one. I'm guessing that's going to be between Natsu and that other guy. Now, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 because I'm not going to say it was friendship bullshit because logistically it was possible for Gajeel to do this, as it was stated. He basically took the stuff from the water that he was in to create steel, essentially, because it was stated in this chapter. Let me go back to the page that was stated. Page 20, I believe. He basically absorbed the trace amounts of carbon within the Tenchi Kame. Carbon. He basically absorbed the carbon, and that created him from being iron into steel. I don't know if that's possible, but that's what he did. Now, and I'm giving this a 4 out of 5 also because this was actually a rare chance. We didn't really see much of Gajeel's, I guess you could say, softer side, kinder side, that shows that he's not all steel, hard as steel. He's got a softer side to him, and this council member really, in a way, touched him to be a better person, to saying have more meaning to your life than what he had. So, yeah, give or take, this was a good chapter, 4 out of 5. Now, I'm guessing, like I said, next chapter is probably going to be Natsu and this guy. So, but it was good, and I personally thought, even though it was weird the way they did that was done in this chapter, I touche, no joking around. I really actually like to see that. It goes to show you that Gajeel actually, he was crying the fact that woman died, that they killed her. Um, so it shows you that he does have a softer side for people, and he's changed dramatically from Phantom Lord. And it's nice how they did that. They show you that part of the flashback and then the other part of the flashback to reference the difference in Gajeel's attitude with when he was with Phantom Lord and when he was with Fairy Tail concerning this board, the council board member. So yeah, 4 out of 5. Nothing else on the bill. I've got Kenichi, obviously. I gotta do Taizai. Taizai was Taizai was like, oh my god. But tonight there will be something else. Tonight I will be doing a live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna do one this time around for this week. It's going to be a little different. No anime and manga. This is gonna be Teen Wolf. Yeah, Teen Wolf. I finished season 1. I will go in all details. I'll probably bring in McWhirlpool Inc., Julian Jin, Luffy the Super Saiyan, bring in those guys. Maybe Blaze Monkey as well. And we're going to go in details about Teen Wolf, about season 1. My thoughts on it, their thoughts on it, if they want to talk about it in details. It's not going to be that long of a live stream. It'll probably be 2 hours because I have something to do Wednesday. So, very important something to do on Wednesday. So, that's the story. Bonkai 922. I'll see you guys later. Gotcha. From iron to steel. Hot to steel. Yeah, that means. I'll see you guys later.